Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. This is the Woo Report, episode 47, titled Chalk Talk. Yes, today we're going to be talking a little Chalk Talk, streaming live on Facebook Live, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube Live, and on Twitch, on the Primetime Radio Network. Happy Devil's Wednesday, as Mike Rossi says. It's not a party. It's not a podcast, a live podcast without Mike Rossi in the Facebook Live. Also see Ramona Rice, Brad, Joey. All right, so we're going to have a little chalk talk. I'm going to do my best to be as intelligent as Bryce Salvador. I'm going to do my best. We're going to have a little chalk talk. I actually found my old coaching board right here. Yep, we're going to have a little chalk talk about how we can solve the New Jersey Devils' problems. Oh, yeah. So follow along here. So we had Bryce Salvador on Monday for a bonus edition, State of Fan Address. Nick Villano and I. Sal gave a lot of his opinions about what's wrong with the Devils' penalty kill. I thought some of the things he was saying was very interesting. Saying that, hey, look, these young players, they're not reading the plays. How could you expect them to, given the circumstances, new coaching, new environment, all these things. And now Sal says there's structure there because I wasn't seeing it. But then again, what do I know? Obviously, Bryce Salvador has way more experience than me, but as a fan and as an observation, I don't see anything that resembles structure. But if Sal says they're definitely there, hey, I believe him. What am I supposed to do? So on the penalty kill, there's also, other issues as well, but I'm going to attempt to solve this penalty kill once and for all, right? There's no magic bullet. It's going to take time, especially when you don't really have the full practices like a normal season that you would have. So I'm going to do a little chalk talk today. Now, just in other news, before we begin, Devils are holding a full practice today, and then heading to Buffalo later today. PK Subban is the only player not on the ice, but he's taking a maintenance day. At this point, there's no indication he won't play tomorrow, but we should know from Lindy because Lindy is a straight shooter. Butcher was skating in Subban's spot in practice, and the lines reverted to how they were last night, according to Chris Ryan, where Yegor Sharangovich was skating in Janne Kokanen's spot. All right, let's get to the meat of this podcast, and it's going to be tough for those listening in on our Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts. There's no visual, so you're just going to have to bear with me. The Devils' penalty kill is so bad right now. It's quite obvious. We don't need to rub salt on the wound. And philosophically, if I were the coach, this is just me, this is Coach Wu talking here. If I was the coach, I would say to myself, hey, if it's that bad, why don't you just try something completely opposite? What do you have to lose, right? And from the description that what Bryce Salvador was saying about there was structure there, just that players weren't reading plays and all that, well, that's a very good clue of how to solve this problem. And I feel, this is my opinion, that the Devils coaching staff, nothing Nazardine did that's wrong, because the Devils penalty kill has been pretty good last couple years before the season. It wasn't bad. But what I think the Devils should do is, the coaching staff, is to get back to basics, to the point where let's go back down to youth league hockey. And the reason why I say that is because right now there's no time. I mean, this is a shortened season with an aggressive schedule because of the whole, it was already aggressive as is. Season starting late, but the Devils took 16 days in the middle of the season, right in the beginning, just when they were getting momentum for the stoppage. So what I say is we get back to basics. We need to establish a presence in front of the goaltender, Mackenzie Blackwood. And what do I mean by that presence? Let's get back to basics. How about establishing the no fun zone, a box in front of the crease? This is the highest dangerous percentage of goals come from this box, the slot area. We, meaning the Devils, need to call this, I'm going to label it NFZ, the no fun zone. You're not allowed to have any fun here if you're the opposing team. This needs to be blacked out. As in Mackenzie Blackwood, blacked out. And how do we establish this? Because right now we've got opposing forwards just uncontested, just hanging around the net. Nobody clearing the opposing forwards on the power when they're on the power play in front of the net. So this is how Ovechkin's getting his goal that one time on the power play, or Reinhart on Buffalo. They're just uncontested. Now, let's not overcomplicate things, okay? Right now, look at the situation. We've got a new coaching staff, a pandemic of a season, right? We've had a 16-day stoppage. Those plays may, what you've done in the past, let's put that aside and maybe simplify and streamline it, because right now, what's the penalty kill percentage success rate? 55%. I haven't even checked because I'm too embarrassed to look at it. We got to establish the no fun zone. Now, how do we do that? Asking you on Facebook Live, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube Live, and Twitch, how do we establish a no fun zone in front of Mackenzie Blackwood where we can have a blackout on scoring opportunities? Every time I see the opposing team scoring, it's a variety of things. Forwards are just not even contested. Players out of position, not reading the plays. And let's reset the board right now. Like I said, we got to get back to basics. We got to get back to basics. Let's establish the no fun zone, a box. You got your D and your forwards, your two forwards, because you're on the kill right now. Let's establish them. In tight, not too high, not too low. Oftentimes, I see the defense and forwards like up here. Anytime they get scored on, they're out of position, in my opinion. Okay, this is just my opinion. I'm not criticizing the coaching staff. I'm just trying to dumb it down as dumb can be, because sometimes it's less is more, right? So now you've established the no fun zone right here. This is the no fun zone. You've got your two forwards up top, your two defensemen post to post, right? So let's draw up an overload, or a simple overload, whatever, and we'll have let's see. We have three forwards, two D guys on the point, and one hovering around. All right, so this is maybe something basic. Basic, all right? Now, say if the puck is over here. This forward has the puck over here, right? we play the percentages. We want to establish the no fun zone because that's where a majority of the scoring is coming, is right in front of the Devils goaltender. It's right here. This is where it's all coming. We got to protect it, okay? I think right now, if the forwards and defensemen, especially the younger ones, if they're not reading the plays, we should just go back, scrap it, because and salvage it, and just get back to basics. Because right now, what's the 60%? I didn't even check the penalty kill percentage. So say the puck's over here. This is a low percentage area where they possibly could score. Force them to play the perimeter game. Remember I talked about that when I was kind of griping about the Devils' offense, that they're just playing the perimeter game instead of going hard to the net? Good things happen when you go hard to the net and you go straight to the net. But with the Devils' penalty kill, there's just nobody attacking the opposing forward in front of the Devils goalie. It's like almost like he's got a free ride and pass. Let's get back to basics. Force them to play the perimeter game. I don't really care if the puck's out here. I would only care if the puck's in the no fun zone. And defensively, you got the defensemen here, forwards here. Stay in tight. Easily collapse. Put some bodies in front. Make sure that these shots can be blocked, but also make sure that your goaltender can see where it's coming from, right? Because right now, if they play the perimeter game around and around and around and around, and you stay in tight, boom. If you get the puck, here's another thing that I'm seeing, some basic stuff. Oftentimes, I'm seeing, some of the, pucks that they're trying to clear. Use the boards. Your boards are your best friends in a variety of reasons. Number one, I always felt that the boards count as another defenseman in your zone. Use them, especially when you're clearing the puck. Try not the glass. You know why? Because if you get a delay of game penalty because you didn't hit anything, that's bad too. Use the boards. Even the Devils ownership loves the boards. You know why? Because you sell sponsorships there, right? So you make some money. But use the boards. Force the opposing power play to the boards. Just be disruptive. I know Bryce Salvador was talking about disruption. Be disruptive. Now, there's a debate. Is the coaching staff, are they putting too many young players there? You know what? That's debatable. But there's one thing good about young players with speed is they can stretch this ice and put the opposing defensemen on their heels on the blue line. If you could get the puck out there, there's no icing. There's no icing when you're on the penalty kill. That's one way to be a shorthanded threat. Remember Blake Coleman? Hey, he did pretty well. Remember John Madden back in the day? He did pretty well. And when they were rookies playing the penalty kill. So that's what I say. Get back to basics and make this the no fun zone. This should be a blackout if Mackenzie Blackwood is playing. Nobody should get to Mackenzie Blackwood back there. Hey, if the puck's back here, no problem. Just make sure you're in position. Watch these guys coming in. But don't take the bait. That's also the problem. That's how you get yourself out of position, right? So, people are watching. I feel like I'm in practice, LOL, Mike Rossi says. He's right, Ramona Rice. Hopefully they're saying good things about me. Hey, I'm putting myself out here. I'm doing a little chalk talk. So let's go over and review a little bit about a basic penalty kill. I got some black tape here representing the no fun zone, which should be a blackout. I'm going to put it in front of Mackenzie Blackwood. That should be the forbidden. You need to do everything you can, whoever's on the penalty kill, New Jersey Devils, to make sure nobody gets in here. Not even the puck, not nothing. This is a forbidden zone. All right? And don't cheat and get yourself out of position. Stay in tight. Be collapsible. Make it hard for the shooter to see any kind of shooting lane. And make sure you're positioned correctly in front of the puck, ready to block it. That's the kind of hockey I like. Hey, I'm a big defense and goalie type guy. I love that. I love that. Coastal, I like Blake Coleman. Big mistake trading him, just my opinion. Hey, we love opinions. We love opinions. Just keep the hits clean. That's all we say. So that's what I say. Blackout area right here. Let's start there first, okay? Once we establish this, then we could start gaining some momentum and start helping our New Jersey Devils, especially young players, reading the plays fast enough, gaining the confidence. That was another thing that Lindy Ruff said. Maybe it's a confidence issue. All right? And that's okay. This is how we learn. I've always said success comes from a mountain of failures. Right now, the power penalty kill stinks. But we should also call this the no fun zone, the kill zone. Because anybody that gets to Mackenzie Blackwood, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're 5'2" on the team and 115 pounds. You make sure nobody gets to your goaltender. And that's all I have to say. That's the Woo Report, Chalk Talk, talking basic penalty killing, and force the opposing team to play the perimeter game and make sure nobody goes hard to the net or even sees any kind of daylight. And that's what I say. Well, I want to thank you all. Matt, awesome stuff. I agree. Thank you. PK got to get better. Ramona Rice, thank you. Look, I'm not saying I know more than the coaching staff. All I'm saying is maybe strategically the Devils need to streamline the approach and start building a foundation for better penalty killing. This is not a knock on Nasruddin. He's a great coach. It's not a knock on Lindy Ruff or Mark Recchi. It's actually a suggestion. Streamline it, gain some momentum, gain some success, gain some wins, and we'll all be happy. All right, so tonight on the State of the Fan Address, Nick Villano and I are going live at our regular time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be talking about analytics tonight, State of the Fan Address. And tomorrow we'll have the Woo Report and Devils Post Game. Oh, yeah, and we will be dropping this podcast about 20 minutes after we are done on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, Audible for free, Amazon Prime Music, Spotify. Oh, yeah. Well, this is the Woo Report, our first Chalk Talk. Thank you, everybody. The no fun zone. I like the no fun zone, says Brad, NFZ. You're not allowed to have any fun here anymore. That's what you have to say, New Jersey Devils. This is the no fun zone. Blackout, Mac Black. I want to see a no fun zone, and I want to see everybody hang in tight, collapse, and get that puck out of there and that's as streamlined as it's going to be. This is the Woo Report. Till next time, let's go Devils!